Hi, first video or second video on astral projection. So I've been able to astral project ever since I was a child, but it's always sort of when not meaning to. So I'll go on to the history of it in a different video. But my experience last night was kind of different. I've been trying to practice for the last 2 weeks. Um, not much has been happening. I listened to the beats where it's meant to relax you and you put your headphones on. So anyway, I listened to that, and I was inside my dream, and I become lucid in my dream. So when I was in my dream, I'd lie down in my old room. Anyway, I felt myself light, and then I was out of my body. But when I was out of my body, I wasn't dreaming anymore, but I was actually in my parents' house. So I was downstairs. I looked in the mirror and I saw a reflection. The reflection was like, my eyes were really dark and bloodshot, really weird. So I walked into the living room. I could see my dad getting ready for work. My dog saw me, which is strange. So then I walked around the house for a little bit. Then I went outside. Went outside the front door. I went through the front door. I walked into a neighbour's house who I didn't know. Kind of weird. And heard them talking. Then I walked out again. I walked into there's some fields near my house. I walked into the fields near my house, and I remember there's a guy called Ryan JC. He's got a YouTube video, and he talks about astral projection a lot. So I remember him saying like you can go to different astral planes. So I thought about that, seeing how I could do it, and I just felt myself rise up, and I was starting to call towards the stars, and then suddenly I could see these like weird lights flashing, and then I could hear my alarm clock go off, and then I was suddenly back in bed. So yeah, so that was one of my experiences, one of my recent experiences. The other night, I did have an experience where I was laid flat in bed and I could feel myself rise up, but yet again I woke up. So yeah, it was just to share an experience, which I mean using the technique. Like I said, check out Ryan JC's videos. He's got quite a different take on how he looks at things. They're quite interesting. So anyway, I hope this video helps. If people are struggling with astral projection, just remember, you just got to keep on trying and be patient. And it doesn't happen overnight. It does take a while. So sometimes the night where you're not trying, sometimes it actually does work. And sometimes when you are dreaming, sometimes like when you're dreaming, if you know you're dreaming, then try and do it. Or what's the best tip I can give you is, if you set your alarm early in the morning, wake yourself up, then try and go back to sleep, because your body's still quite relaxed. So sometimes that can be easier rather than getting into bed and trying to get your body relaxed, because you're thinking about what's happened in the day and you're concentrating on getting your body relaxed too much. Sometimes that's when your body doesn't stand still. So anyway, I hope this video's helped. I will keep trying to do more. I'm going to start doing more uploads. I'm fairly new on uploading videos, so I don't quite know how to edit and cut at the moment. So this video is quite sort of a rough cut. So anyway, what I can say to people, if you're very new and trying to get into it, just keep on doing it, and just remember, I use the beats, like the astral projection beats, and there's quite a lot of free ones on YouTube. I just download them into MP3 format and then put my headphones on, so they work for me. It's just about getting your body relaxed, but at the same time it's trying to stay awake. Like I said, I find it easier when you're lucid dreaming, then try and do it, or just wake yourself up and as you're drifting on back to sleep, try and do it then. So that's just a little tip. Anyway, this is Del, so hopefully I'll keep doing more of these videos if I get likes and people start watching them, and I'll try and keep it up. Thank you. Bye.